meeting is being recorded. Okay. On va commencer, Bezat Hashem. We're going to start Bezat Hashem. Shalom, shalom de kulam. We do as usual. We start first with Halakhot, and then we continue the Sefer Ruth commented by Yishai. Donc on va faire comme d'habitude. On continue les Halakhot. Donc c'est Shana Shniya de Yishai. Et après on va au cours avec le Sefer Megilat Ruth, pardon, commenté par le Yishai aussi. So, je vais partager l'écran. Et on était à l'Halakha 12. We were on the Halakha number 12. So he said here. Il dit comme ça. Rabbi Chaim Vital Zal écrit dans Shar Tameh HaMitzvot, Ta'ameh HaMitzvot, Parashat Ekev, au nom du Harizal, que les pois chiches grillés par des non-juifs sont interdits par la halakha parce que ces graines sont ainsi servies à la table des rois dans les régions où on a l'habitude de les faire griller. So, here he said that Rabbi Chaim Vital, in his Sefer, Sha'ar Ta'ameh HaMitzvot, he said that the chickpea, I think it's like this in English, that have been grilled by non-Jews is forbidden by the halakha because those seeds, this grain, these seeds, is served on the table of kings in some regions. So because it is served on the table of kings, when a non-Jew cook them, grill them, wherever, when you use fire in order to cook, to make it eatable, it is forbidden. De ces paroles, il semble qu'il les interdit même là où on n'a pas l'habitude de les faire griller. And he said, Ben Yishai added that it seems that the language of Rabbi Chaim Vital in this Sefer suggests that even in the place where this food is not served on the table of a king, he also forbid them. Rabbi Chaim Vital Zal écrit encore que le tour moussim bouilli par un non-juif sont en revanche autorisés car ils ne sont pas servis à la table des rois et que c'est uniquement par mesure de piété que le Harizal indique qu'il vaut mieux éviter de les manger. And then also Rabbi Chaim Vital, quoted by Ben Yishai here, said that the tour moussim bouilli, so I don't know what is this exactly, I think it's a food, a special food in his area. If this food is cooked by a non-Jew, we can eat it because it's the food is not served on the table of kings, but it's only on piety measure behavior that the Arizal said that it's better not to eat from if it's been cooked by a non-Jew. So voilà, et il dit par ailleurs qu'il ne faut pas boire l'eau qui se sépare du lait caillé, comme l'écrit le Rav Aryeh de Metz. And then he said that it is forbidden to drink water who have been separated from the let me just check in curled milk, lait caillé, curled milk, cold milk, yeah. So it is forbidden to drink them, according to the Arizal quoted by Ben Yishai. And then Halakha 13. Les légumineuses appelées bakili en arabe, fèves, sont autorisées grillées, ces graines n'étant jamais servies sous cette forme à la table des rois et des princes. And he said here that all the vegetable like so let's try again. Sorry for my vocabulary in English. Like beans are it's okay to eat them from a non-Jew because those foods are not served on the table of kings and I would say prince, the princes in that form. But when they are boiled, they will be prohibited if a boy cooks with them, because at this in that form it will be served on the table of kings and princes. And then les dates un peu amères qu'on ne mange que difficilement, telles quelles sont interdits si un juif les a fait cuire. And then he said that all the dates that's a little bit bitter and we have a difficulty to eat them if those types of dates are cooked by a non-Jew, it is forbidden to eat them. So, and we continue. Halakha 14. Halakha 14. L'interdiction de bichouler goyim s'applique également au navet, shalgam en arabe. En même temps, de même qu'à la betterave rouge appelée chefanda, et ces légumes étant servis à la table des rois et des princes. And here, the Halakha 14 also, Ben Yishai added more vegetables. Like here, it's navet, it's turnip, or beetroots, red beetroots. Those types of vegetable are served on the table of kings and prince. So it is prohibited to eat them if a non-Jew cook them. Certaines personnes les consomment crus, mais leur façon d'agir ne compte pas par rapport à l'usage général. So he said that some people eat them raw, in a raw state, but it doesn't count because raw, yeah. But it doesn't count according to the halakha, because it can be served also raw on the table of kings. Cette interdiction ne concerne toutefois ces légumes que s'ils ont été bouillis ou cuits dans une casserole. Ceux qu'on fait griller sous la sonde, en revanche, sont autorisés. So these types, this prohibition only is available only if those vegetables have been boiled in a pot. But if they have been grilled next to by a coal, yeah, they will not. It is permitted to eat them because it's not like this the way to prepare them in order to be served on the table of kings. Bien que cette forme de cuisson les améliore car il ne sied pas à la service de table. Okay. Okay. We continue. Même si l'on pouvait les servir épluchés. Il serait impossible d'éviter qu'un peu de cendre n'y adhère malgré tout. Donc, so here he talk about when you cook them really close to the coal. I think it's like this. The coal, yeah, coal. And there will be some dust, not dust, but ashes that will be next stick by the food. And he said this, even though if it's impossible to not to have ashes into those vegetables, it is permitted to eat like like this. Il ne sera d'ailleurs pas convenable si on pouvait les éplucher d'une façon parfaitement nette et de ne servir à une table de roi que la partie intérieure des légumes. De plus, ces légumes étant humides, une fois épluchés, on répugne à les prendre tels quels. So here, he explained that when we cook it, he explained why we can eat those vegetables even if a non-Jew cook them, because when you cook them next to the fire and there's ashes, and when you take out the ashes, and because the internal part is really soft, we are some. It's like we can be discussed to eat them like this, so we will not serve it on the table of kings. So thanks to all those reasons, it is when it's cooked like this, it is permitted. Halakha 15. Les beignets faits d'une pâte molle qu'on fait frire dans un liquide ne sont pas assimilables à du pain et sont interdits à cause de bichoulé goïm. So, these types of donuts that based on it's types of donut that have been fried inside the liquid, and they cannot be associated as a bread. They also are prohibited because of the bichoulé goïm. Il en est de même pour les zalabia, pâtisseries de pâte molle qu'on fait frire dans de l'huile bouillante et de sucre. So I think I know this one. He say also that it's the same thing about the zalabia in Arab, I think, and it's types of let me. There's many English vocabulary that I don't know, but it's pastry shop. Okay, and what is this one? This. And yeah, a dough made with a really soft dough that you dive into the hot oil, and then you put some sugar on it. And this also, it's forbidden to eat it from a non-Jew if he did the cooking. So appelez les alors, and then et du sucre. Appelé chez nous zangola. So in their area in Ben Israel, this pastry is called zangola. Sorry, let me continue. So we are here. Zangola. De l'avis de tous les décisionnaires, ces pâtisseries sont interdites en raison de bichoulé goy. So all the decisionaries are agreed to prohibit this pastry, because of the bichoulé goy. Okay. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Bienvenue à Rabbanit Blandine. Shalom, shalom. Donc, on continue. On est sur la halakha de Ben Yishai. We are on Ben Yishai's Halakhot. And then we're going to pass through the Sefer Ruth, Megilat Ruth, sorry, commented by Ben Yishai. So on est dans la halakha 15. Sur, en fait, le bichoulé goïm, which means the cooking of non-Jews. Ceux qui sont autorisés le font parce qu'ils ignorent la façon dont on les confectionne. So, those who authorize to eat these types of pastry, even though it's been cooked by a non-Jew, they do it because they don't know how this pastry have been made. So this is what Ben Yishai said, and he say, en fait, il n'y a aucune différence entre ces pâtisseries et les beignets. So he said that there's no difference between those types of pastry and the donuts. So we continue. Halakha 16, Halakha 16. Certains interdisent le café préparé par un non-juif et d'autres le permettent. So here it's a good subject. He said that some prohibited the coffee that have been prepared by a non-Jew, and d'autres authorize it. Le Harizal l'interdit, mais nous ne pouvons empêcher ceux qui se montrent moins stricts parce qu'ils ont certainement certaines justifications à cela. So he said that the Arizal, which is the Hidulais today, forbids the coffee that have been made by a non-Jew. But he said we cannot stop those who are less strict than the Arizal because they have some justification about this. En particulier, là où l'on habite, on a l'habitude d'en consommer, a été adopté. He said that those who authorize it are live in a place where it is an habit to drink coffee. Ici, à Bagdad, no, we are now in Halakhot 16. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Odupa Avraham. So we are continuing the Halakhot. We are in the Shana Shniya of Ben Yishai, Parashat Chukat, about the Bishule Goy. And we are now in Halakhot 16. So I'm doing it in French, and then I try to translate in English. Thanks, according to my abilities of English, because I'm more used to in French. So Halakhot 16. Just 1 minute. Okay, like this. And so we continue. Halakhot 16. And then we're going to pass to the next, to the Sefer Ruth. Megilat Ruth. Interesting. So, ici à Bagdad, l'usage depuis toujours est de l'autoriser, même si on le boit dans un lieu public. So in Baghdad, Ben Yishai said that they have the habit to take it even from a non-Jew because it's a common thing to drink coffee in Baghdad. Mais celui qui veut agir au mieux doit se montrer plus strict et les gens zélés évitent d'en boire. But he said that those who want to be really strict and take on them all the good thing, they can avoid to drink coffee from a non-Jew shop, coffee shop. Cependant, une personne, même importante, en visite chez des gens de qualité, doit boire le café qu'on lui offre pour plusieurs raisons qui se justifient. But then he said, someone who have been invited, even though he is this one is really an important person, and he is visiting people of quality. It's interesting, of quality, and he must drink the coffee that the one gave to him. Even for many reasons, who justify this behavior. You must drink. You cannot refuse a coffee that someone proposed to you when you come to his house, even if he's a non-Jew.
Say it again.
So this halakha is really interesting. When even you are an important person and you take on you the really strict position, while when you are in a non-Jew and the non-Jew make coffee, you don't drink. But if someone invites you and you go to his place and he proposes you coffee, it's forbidden to refuse.
Yeah. I cannot work with that.
Mm-hmm. It's
Ramban also says that.
Mm-hmm. So as I say, Rabbi El Natan, even we can also find this halakha in Rambam's Halakhot. Yeah.
I think I'm not sure 100%, but I think I can.
But for sure, yeah. So for sure. Mm-hmm. So we can for sure we see this halakha somewhere else than here in Ben Yishai's Halakhot. So we continue. Halakha 17. Halakha 17. Il est permis d'utiliser le blé cuit au tiers de sa cuisson, puis séché, le bourgoul en arabe, qu'on achète chez des non-juifs. So here he said that it is permitted to use. So let me just check how you say blé. I think it's wheat. Yeah, wheat. To use wheat that have been cooked on the let's say 1/3 from a stage of cooked wheat. So the name of this is bourgoul in French. I don't know how we say it in English, but the name, no, not in French, in Arab. So let's use the term Arab bourgoul, even though if it has been made by a non-Jew. La cuisson effectuée la première fois par le non-juif n'a aucune importance parce que le blé desséché n'est pas consommable. So he said that the first cooking that the non-Jew have made have no importance because it is just in order to dry the wheat, and in that stage the wheat is not eatable, comme l'indique le Maran dans Avgat Rochel. So it is as indicated the Maran in Avgat Rochel. And then he said, tel est également l'usage ici à Bagdad. They have the same habit here in Bagdad. Et d'autre part indique so the Shulchan Aruch also indicate that the bourgoul that have been pre-cooked by a Jew is forbidden if a non-Jew cooked it after. Donc, le bourgoul qui a été pré-cuit par un non-juif est interdit si Le bourgoul qui a été cuit par un juif est interdit si un non-juif le cuit ensuite. Le fait qu'un juif l'ait pré-cuit ne l'autorisons aucunement. So it's logical, but it's better to precise it also. If a non-Jew do the pre-cooked stage of the wheat, and then a non-Jew cooked it afterward, it is forbidden. And the fact that the Jew did the first cooking stage doesn't count. So he said, ici à Bagdad, le fruit très acide qu'on appelle davdib, qui ressemble à un petit cédra et dont on confie la peau épaisse dans du sucre, est interdit si un non-juif l'a fait cuire. So here he said that Ben Israel, that in Baghdad, there's this fruit called davdib. So even in French, I don't know how we say it in English. So let's use also the term in Arab, davdib. That it resembles as the sidra. The sidra, it's the lula, it's types of orange, I think. That the skin is cooked with sugar, and this, when it have been cooked by a non-Jew, it is forbidden. And then he said, desséché, ce fruit n'est en effet absolument pas comestible tel quel, même difficilement, et il n'est mangeable frais que difficilement. Or, nous suivons les enseignements du Maran Zal, selon lequel l'interdiction bichoulé goy est également valable pour un fruit qu'on ne consomme cru que difficilement. So here he said that even if this fruit is dry, okay. Sorry, so we're gonna come back here. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Timothée Shuk. Sorry for the pronunciation. Chuk Wu Wu. Welcome, welcome. So we are in Halakhot, and we continue. Ici, so he said here that even though this type of fruit is dried, let me go back here, and it is not eatable at this stage when you take it, and it's really, really hard to eat them raw. So he said we follow raw, and we follow the teaching of Maran, who say that the prohibition, sorry, of bishule goy here, it's available even from fruits that is really hard to eat raw. Yeah. I'm gonna train. So, raw. Même chose pour les fruits appelés naringa, selon, lorsque ces fruits encore très petits sont amers comme de l'absinthe et qu'on les confie dans du sucre. Ils sont interdits en raison de bichule goy car on ne les consomme pas crus, même difficilement. So it also one fruit named naringa, which is really bitter when it is when you just take it from the tree, his trees. So if it have been cooked by a non-Jew, it is forbidden because this halakha, the halakha said that the fruit, even it's really hard to eat them raw. It is forbidden if it have been cooked by a non-Jew. Okay. Idem pour les confitures appelées shechengbin, genre de conserve de citron amer confit dans du sucre. Quoi qu'on puisse dans le faire, sans le faire cuire, il est interdit d'après Maran Zal à cause de bichule goy. So also this one fruit. Shalom. Is there any question? Okay, so we continue. And I think we're going to stop here and we're going to go to the Sefer Ruth. We can just finish this halakha. And here we say the same with the jam called shecheng bin. It's types of sorry, how do you say citron? Lemon. Sorry, a lemon that have been that have been candied. Yeah, candied with sugar. And he said that even though we can authorize to eat, we can eat the fruit raw, but it is forbidden when we follow the teaching of Maran Zal because of the bishule goy. So we have some more halakhot on Fukat, and then Bezat Hashem we're going to go to the Parashat Balak. But now let's go to the main limud and to the Sefer Ruth commented. No, Sefer. I'm not stop saying Sefer. It's Megilat Ruth, commented by Ben Yishai. So for those who didn't follow the first limuds, it is available on Facebook, and also Rabbi Pinras will put it on YouTube. But now we are on the explanation, still on the explanation of the first pasuk of the Megillat Ruth, but he explained something else. So let's take it together, read it together. So here we say, Vehine yesh lechakor lama sivav Hashem itbarach lekichat Ruth. So he said, there is a point that can be focused on. He said, why did Hashem really interested in taking Ruth out? Shehaita prida tova, shemimena yetza malchut bet David umalchut Mashiach. So he said, because the fact this separation is a really good separation. Why? Because inside Ruth, inside her, will go out the Malchut Bet David, the kingdom of the house of David, and also the Melech HaMashiach, and the King Mashiach. And we saw on the Maybe we did already this one. No, we didn't. We saw that what is the connection between Ruth and Bet David. So let me just maybe take. No, let's go forward. Let's take information and then we go back from the if needed. Donc ici, il dit il se pose la question, Ben Ishraï, pourquoi Akadosh Baruch Hu s'est intéressé vraiment à prendre route de cette extraction de Moab. Donc, il explique parce que justement, Ruth, c'est quelque chose c'est une neshama qui est tova, qui est tov, et qu'en fait, on sait que de elle va sortir la Malchut Bet David, la royauté de la maison de David, et aussi Meler à Mashiach, de Mashiach, Aliédé Arahav. Mais en fait, il dit que cette extraction s'est faite à travers la famine. So this extraction have been made thanks to famine that have been that is on the time of Ruth. Velo od ela shehaya al yedei chet ve'avon. And he said, and moreover, this extraction have been made also by chet, which is fault, and avon, and comment on dit péché? Ah, péché. And not fishing. A sin, yeah. So by fault and sin. And basically here, Ben Ishraï asks that if you know that the neshama of Ruth is really tov and really important, why Hashem proceed through a time really hard like the famine, and also how did the Ruth have been taken out by fault and sin? Shehem berucho min hatzedaka kede shelo yizuno et ha'anim. And he said here, because what is those sins? Because Elimelech went out from Eretz Israel to settle on the field of Moab. Why? Because there were famine in Eretz Israel, and also he didn't want to give food to his brothers. He preferred go out from the Eretz Israel with all this money and not to feed his brother, and he preferred to live on the field of Moab. So this, Ben Ishraï will comment that it's really really heavy sin. So okay. Venicha lomar hataam baze kedei shelo. Let me read in my book. Kedei shelo yitkenu achitzonim la kechet Ruth. So he said that this explanation why Hashem did the way he extract the neshama of Ruth like this, because it's in order for the chitzonim not to be jealous. So who was this chitzonim? The chitzonim is the klipa, the sitra hara, the other side. Why? He will explain ki lekichat Ruth hayeta kashe alehem meod, because the fact that you take out Ruth from them, from their side, it's a thing that really hurt them very bad, very meod, big really. And we saw already with the shiur of Rabbi Shimon, what is meod? Meod is also connected to Edom. But here, Ruth have been taken out through the Klal Moab. But it is connected. We will see how. Donc ici, il dit qu'en fait, l'extraction de Ruth s'est fait à travers ces événements qui sont terribles, comme la famine et aussi une faute qu'a fait Elimelech en quittant Eretz Israël et en préférant vivre dans le champ de Moab, et ne voulant pas nourrir ses frères qui vivent en Eretz Israël. En fait, il dit que en faisant comme ça, Akadosh Baruch Hu ne provoque pas la jalousie des chitzonim. Alors, ces chitzonim, c'est quoi? C'est en fait la klipa et aussi le sitra de l'autre côté, comme il est dit dans la sitra ahara. Pourquoi? Parce que pour eux, le fait d'enlever une neshama aussi importante, c'est quelque chose de très difficile pour eux. Donc, on va continuer. Les yot qui mimena yeta malchut bet David ou ve melech Hamashiach. Pourquoi c'est très dur pour eux? Parce que ils vont voir que parce qu'ils ont pris route, de route va sortir la royauté de David, Améler, de la maison de David, et aussi Melech Hamashiach. Ils se disent non, on avait cette neshama-là et vous nous avez pris. S'ils l'avaient pris de manière normale, entre guillemets, que Ruth sortirait d'elle-même. En fait, il a fallu déguiser l'histoire et de la prise de Ruth, si on peut dire ça comme ça, avec des fautes pour qu'ils ne se disent pas ah, ouais, c'est bon, prenez-la, parce que de toute façon, cette personne-là qui la prend, ils ont fauté aux yeux d'Hachem en quittant Eretz Israël. Donc, prenez-la, de elle ne va pas sortir quelque chose de bon, parce que vous avez fauté en la prenant. So he said here, why it is really heavy for them to, if they know what is the quality of Ruth, because from her will come out the Malchut Bet David, the kingdom of Bet David, and also Melech HaMashiach. ולא יש דבר בעולם קשה על החיצונים יותר מזה הדבר. And he said, there is nothing more difficult from the חיצונים to learn that from root, which is population, will come out the Melech HaMashiach and also the kingdom of the house of David. והוא מתנגדים ומתתגים בלקיחתה בכל כוחם. And he said, because if they knew this, if the story didn't pass like this, like from sinning and from the time of famine, they will enter to opposition and they will accuse the fact that Hashem take out this neshama from their side. Let me continue. So the Acherim teach. Let me teach. אחר שנעשה לכרתה באמצעות עוון גדול כזה של העלמת עין מן הצדקה בעת צרה, שהוא קשה וחמור מאוד. So here he explained that because Hashem chose this way, how to disguise the extraction of root through two things. One, the famine that have been occurred in Eretz Israel, and also the chet of Elimelech by deciding to go out from the land of Israel and not to feed his brother. He preferred to live in the field of Moab. Because like this, he said, look, this Jew gonna marry one of our daughter. It doesn't matter because he get out of this land by fault. Hashem, even though, and also he's gonna take this neshama, this big neshama as a root. He can take it because even though he's gonna take it, he will not produce a good fruit because he take it from sin. So it's like so Hashem disguise the extraction of root like this. Okay. So he also explained what is the head of Elimelech. It is he called it. It's like someone who decided to close his eyes to his brother that is in sufferance. And he said that this is kashe me'od. This chet is really big, and the chitzonim, which is the klipa, which is the Moabit, so understood it. And what Ben Ishai said after, shehi kashe v'chamor me'od, and he also, it's a really stupid act, behaving. Al ken lo yitgaru ve'yiktargu belikircheta. Sorry. Because of this high level of sin, let's say, of that Elimelech did, so the Klippa will not go to opposition of the extraction of root, and also they will not accuse the Elimelech of, oh, you steal this neshama from us. Look, from her we're gonna go out the Malchut Bet David and also Melech HaMashiach. So there will no accusation, as we learned last week with Rabbi El Natan, who say that how Hashem drawn down a really big neshama through the klipa, because the klipa will accuse Hashem, why did you put this neshama there? We also need one. So because there will be accusation, it's really Hashem prefer to use a strategy, other strategies. And we learned also last week that thanks to the story of Ruth, we know that we need to really be careful about judging situation, because we don't have the big picture and we don't know what is the plan, the Hashem's plan. So just be quiet and let people act, and we will be surprised at the end. And then he said, Ki יחשבו שלקחתה אצל ישראל לא תעשה פרי טוב. And he said, what will say the Moavites, the Chitzonim? Oh, you take root from us, but you did a big sin from through your God, and you can take it, because even though she's a good neshama, because you sin in order to take her, she will not bring the tree to have good fruits. Those are also quotes, but let's go forward. מאחר שהיה באמצעות ייסור ועוון חמור, וכאשר נתן טעם רבנו האריזל, which is Ilulais today, בשער הגלגולים, בעניין אברהם אבינו עליו השלום, שיצא מתרח עובד עבודה זרה. So he said, we already saw this situation, or how Hashem put this strategy. How? Because here Ben Ishai quoted Arizal, which is the Hilulais today, and in Shar Gilgulim, there the Arizal say that how. Sorry, let me just find the say. Sheyatsa be'inyan, according to the matter of Abraham, which get out from Techa, which is the Abdei Avodah Zarah. Also, the neshama of Abraham Avinu, which is the first patriarch, yeah, first patriarch of the Jew, Bnei Israel, let's say. He get, his father was a big Avodah Zarah, worship. How you say it? Worship. Avodah Zarah.
Foreign worship. Yeah.
Foreign worship. תודה רבה. ולא עוד אלא מבעלת אשור בנידתה. And also, Techa, here Arizal said that Techa took his wife while she was in Nida. So what does it mean here? That Avraham Avinu was born when someone is born, when someone go with a woman which is nida, you have a child through this union. What the child called?
Hey, say, I'm not too sure whether there is a name.
There's a name?
No, because the mamzer is a married woman.
Mm-hmm.
But does she really get pregnant when she's nida?
Maybe it's on the period when you need to check if it's the real one. But here, the Arizal said that Techa went with his wife, Benida, and he talked about how Avraham Avinu was born.
I cannot remember the child out of the union. But wait a second, it's a mamzer. Because the issue, it says the mother was nida.
Yes.
So it's mamzer.
And it's mamzer. It's called mamzer. Why? Because every woman that is not your wife is for you nida. So
okay.
So
nida is much more.
But now she's Ishto. So it's not another woman. It's his wife, but his wife specifically Be Nidata was Benida. So maybe what is
look, this is his wife, and this was Nida. So in other words, he is forbidden her. You need to come to her because this is Nida. So if he comes to her, and there comes a child, I do not know what to call that child.
So not apparently here, Ben Yishai quoted Arizal in Shari Gilgulim, and he talked about this.
Okay.
It means why he talked to this, because this is the way how Hashem put down a really big soul, neshama, through chet and through complicated situation. Otherwise, the sitra achra or the here Ben Yishai used the term chitzonim will be opposed and also will accuse Hashem of letting this. Why it's not fair? Like it's not fair. We don't have put everything to the other side, and what is our zchut? So here is quoting the story of Avraham Avinu, alav shalom. וכן עניין דוד, המלך עליו השלום, שבא מבית, מבית ישי על אשתו שלו בידוע, כי חשב שהיה שפחתו. And here he explained that the case of David HaMelech also, where Yishai went with someone, with his wife, but he didn't recognize his wife, and he thought that it was his shifra, his servant.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
וכתוב, כל זה נעשה כך, כדי שלא יתנגדו החיצונים. He said here, Ben Yishai, that all these have been made in order to the chitzonim, which is the klipa, to be opposed from the descent of the neshama, those types of neshamot. Okay. So this is the makom that you were quoted last week.
Really?
Everything is you said that the Hashem, you need to apply a strategy.
Yeah, okay, no.
So here all the strategy and all the cases. כדי שלא אוקיי? נשמות גדולות כאלה באים לעולם הזה. So כדי שלא, so he said that in order to the klipa not to be opposed to Akadosh Baruch Hu, to draw down all those big neshamot to be here in the Olam Hazeh, in our world. כי מאחר שרואים שבטן היא באמצעות דבר מגונה כזה. חושבים שמחמת כן לא יעשו פרי טוב. So here, Ben Yishai go back again for us to be really understand that basically here we learn that the klipa have a really big let's say weight when it's about to decide which neshama, which is gedola, which is gadol, we're gonna go here in the Olam Hazeh. So, and we learn that Akadosh Baruch Hu listen to them if they are opposed to this neshama to go here in Olam Hazeh. Hashem will have difficulties. He respect the opposition, and the neshama will be stuck in the Olam Haba. But this strategy is for us also to understand that sometimes things are not what we think.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
We see through our eyes things. We see those people suffering. We see those people being corrupted. We see some area, everything, and we consider also them as a third. How you say it? Third. What is this? The name of when you know there's a rich country and the poor one, and the third.
What? Say it again.
When you have a country which is rich, there is this term, and when the country is poor, you use the third.
There's a word. Disparage.
Disparage, yeah.
Yeah, disparage is between the poor and the rich.
But this adjective to qualify the country that is poor. Third world, no.
Oh well, they said they refer to it as the third world.
The third world.
Yeah.
And yeah, we
it's them who should be, not us.
Yeah, we learned that. We see that as we know, we need to be really careful about what we see through our own eyes, the Ain. And we did also, everybody did a shiur to the Ilulav Arya Kadosh, and we saw what the importance about the Ain. In order for someone really sick, who is sick in the place of Gan Eden, there are many Gan Edens, but you need your eyes to be fixed. But Bezat Hashem, and let's finish, and we finish here. וכנזכר בדברי קדשות ז"ל בהרחבה בזה עניין שם. וכן יש לומר העניין כאין בדבר זה של רות, כאין שבדבר זה של רות, ואבן כי איתה. So he said that all this explanation, it is also valuable through the story of Ruth, and those who know will see that the next the last word of the Ben Yishai say vehaven hayitev. Those who know will see. What is this message now? Maybe to conclude, and we'll see the next shiur Bezat Hashem. Yeah, the same idea. This through the Ilulav Arizal, and we hear Ben Yishai quotes Arizal many times. Also, we know that they are really high souls, and they stayed and they study in other area than the Eretz Canaan. For example, Ben Ishrai was in Baghdad. It's not Eretz Canaan, Baghdad. And Arizal, he didn't want to come to the land of Israel. He was in Mitzrayim, okay? But, you know, we also need to keep some secrets because we learn about to reveal secrets for the right time and the right person at the right moment. So let's just read, stop here and continue next time. Bezat Hashem.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Olam Amen v'Amen. Tודה רבה לכולם.
Baruch.
ברוך תהיו. תודה רבה.